Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We have started on the Conqueror season journey and we've got 4 bits that we need to actually complete if we're going to round out the season. The first of which is finish a level 17 Nephilim Rift on Torment 13 within 5 minutes. We only just managed to do the T12 in 6 minutes. Well, actually, we might have done it in 5. But that's going to take us a little bit of time to build up to. Complete 2 conquests, that's what we're going to start working on today. We're going to be working on the Avaricia conquest. Kill the Butcher at level 70 in under 30 seconds and use Kanai's Cube to augment an ancient legendary item with a level 50 plus gem. Seeing as we're going to be working on building up the Boon of the Hoarder, let me bring it up over here. That can get up to level 50, at which point we may as well put it into something. So that will technically do 2 parts of the season journey at the same time. We've already got Bane of the Powerful up to rank 23, so we can continue using that for later Kanai's Cube augmentation. But really, a lot of what we're doing is going to be running rifts and grinding. I did decide to use the Convention of Elements that we picked up at the end of the last episode. That is giving us an advantage. I re-rolled the attack speed up to 7% rather than 6%. I experimented with the critical hit damage, but it wasn't quite as much of a damage increase overall. So that gives us like a 7% increase on where we were before, and then combined with the 177% that the convention is giving us, overall we work out doing more damage. So I considered it to be worthwhile. Before we get completely carried away, though, I do want to gamble for boots with Kadala, seeing as we have a lot of shards, and we get nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Can't say I'm not disappointed. As for the question as to whether we're going to be running like higher greater rifts or lower greater rifts, I think higher ones will do us better in the long run for being able to actually do the Torment 13 in 5 minutes. So we're going to carry on around the 65 level, I'd say, 65, 66. It seems to be working for us. We can always bump it up if the time ends up getting really, really super quick. Although, actually, for starting off, in fact, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're gonna run lower rifts and we're going to do them really quickly, and it's going to be super cheap, and we're going to like blanket through this. And at this level, I could even have the Nemesis braces in the cube for all the difficulty it's going to be. So after this, we're going to need some greater keystones. I will change over to the speed gear that we've got, see if that makes any difference to our survivability on Torment 13. If we can run Torment 13 with the Nemesis braces, then we'll do that. And that'll be our new like standard. If it's a bit too dangerous, then we'll do it another time when we've built up some more resistances or something. The difficulty that we're going to face now, though, is we're not going to be leveling up our legendary gems. We're going to be leveling up, well, so not leveling up the legendary gems that we're using. We're going to be leveling up the Boon of the Hoarder, and because of that, we're not going to get the same level of damage increase per level and per rift, and the same for survivability that we have been getting. So while this is going to be super quick, we're not going to get much more powerful as quickly. And we do want to get the gem up to level 50 so that we're getting the full benefit of it. Just killing everything with Cyclone Strikes at this level. Now, with leveling legendary gems, as you probably know, as long as you're 10 levels above the target level of the gem, then you should have a 100% chance. So running a level 22, that's going to be able to take the gem up to level 12. Obviously, we're not going to have that many upgrade opportunities with it, but it's good to know the mechanics so you can plan for the future. I mean, we could have started with a level 15 rift instead, which would have allowed us to take it up to level 5 without difficulty. But the difference in speed between these is so negligible. I mean, everything's dying in one hit at this point. I'd rather run run the highest rift that you can without needing to think. That's what I'd say. And at this point, I almost wish that I was a whirlwind barbarian, just because I'd be going like through the entire lot of these. We don't even need to worry about the explosions going off at our feet. Look at that. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So not caring. 11 minutes, 41 seconds. We do still get a fist weapon out of that. Actually, that looks like it might be interesting. Right, so we're going to start on the chance of this 0%. Chance of this 0%. Chance of this 100%. All 5 go into the Boon of the Hoarder. And that is 1/10 of the way towards what we need. Okay, that is actually one of the ones that we need. Do we already have that one? No, we don't. Cool. So I'm quite happy about that. It's not a brilliant one, but we can re-roll it easily enough. So yeah, cool. A very worthwhile rift. All right, let's hand that in. We're gonna salvage up all that stuff, and then we're going to run a T13 with the Nemesis braces, and this is going to be quite dangerous. Ah, yes, I need to save the new setup. And then equip this. This compass rose is better, but this one is more survivable. You know what? Let's redo this ever so slightly. Because we did swap our compass rose over. Okay, now where, oh where, did it put? There's the convention. Save this, ready for the speed run. Okay, wish me luck, everyone. We'll find out just how fast we can do this. It is 8 minutes into the episode. And we'll also find out like just how dangerous everything is. Because we are losing a significant amount of our damage reduction in doing this. I don't think it's going to be super fast. Not this one anyway. There's so much damage going on underneath our feet. Everything has so much health. But if I get in the habit of doing it with Nemesis braces, then it'll be better for me, I reckon. And you never know, we might get lucky, we might get a decent pylon one time and just be able to bomb through everything. Get a shield pylon and then a power pylon in a perfect area and we could just stomp through most things. Yeah, this is This is not a fast setup for a rift. We're already like 2 minutes in. Still, we'll be able to keep the variety up at least by swapping between regular and greater rifts. And we won't even need to change our setup at the difficulty levels we're going to be running for the greater rifts. So we do have that going for us a little bit. Okay, let's assume it's up this way. No, it's not. In that case, it must be up that corner. A little bit unusual. What have we got? Round hit. Hello, guys. Yeah. It's not terrible. With so many little cracks in the ground, it's really hard to get your person to move the way you want and keep consistently attacking. That's one of the reasons why I hate cavernous areas like this. They seem to do a lot better with trees than they do with holes in the ground, and I don't know why that is. They are taking a good amount of damage. There they go. Yeah, we're not going to be setting any speed records this time. A lot more health on the mobs, and less time to do it in. But that doesn't mean we can't practice. Doesn't mean we can't practice. Don't want to be right in the middle of that as it's all going off. But I do want to still be in the fight and fighting. Let's pop our immunity as all the explosions go off around us. Man, we are taking so long about this. And so we are losing a little bit of damage reduction, but we're not really losing any damage output. That's the important thing to remember with this. The setup that we've got is to try and do as much damage as possible. A lot of it comes down to the Rift organization, but a lot of it also comes down to the fact that we were running T12s for these a moment ago. And there is significantly more health on the mobs at this level. But when we start doing Counter Sans Despair on stuff, that will of course massively boost our damage. There we go. Conduit. Well, that'll help. I mean, it's not going to help us actually beat the time, but it'll help us get through this one at least and get some more progress going. And because we're running T13, we might get more greater keystones, which will allow us to do more faster, which is always a good thing. Always very welcome. Pop our immunity just on that because there's no way I'm getting out of here. We've had quite a big boost from that, but it's not going to be enough, as you might expect. Too much damage being caused by too many things with too much health. We're already like 2 minutes over the time limit we have. The time limit is going to be so tight. I mean, not technically what I wanted, but it was an advantage being pulled out of there, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Let's not stand in the middle of that explosion anymore. Okay, I think we're going down to the south. Definitely without that extra damage reduction, things feel slower. But we want the Nemesis braces so that we get used to it, as I said. And when we are able to move without worrying so much about that extra damage, those Nemesis braces will provide us a speed benefit. Even if it's only like one pile and one shrine, that is still a benefit that we will want to use. Let's pop our immunity because that's getting nasty in here. Come on, start getting these guys killed. Okay. Ooh dear. That is one death gone. So we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. Alright, we're still okay though. We're still okay. We're up to 86% while we're waiting for our death to come back because we're not under a time pressure now. It's a lot more sensible to wait for these things than just barreling straight on in. Otherwise we'd get surprised by a bunch of 3 mobs all charging us at the same time. Or a load of fire chains. I mean, that also happens all the time. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do if we're gonna beat the timer. And bear in mind, we aren't doing this entirely solo. It's not like previous seasons where we've teamed up with my brother to do the higher levels. So I wouldn't normally expect to be able to do something like this until Garrigan level 800 anyway. Just for the level of experience, gear upgrades, Caldesan's spare, and all that kind of other stuff that will have gone into a character. So I don't feel bad about not being able to do it immediately. And we do have other things to work on in the meantime, as I've said. Let's step out of the middle of that very painful... Yeah, we got non-physical damage reduction from esoteric alteration, but physical damage still hurts. My dude's just standing around. They're not even attacking. It's like, what are you guys doing? Alright, it's nearly Rift Guardian time. Okay, just keep hammering on him until he dies. We only got 2 Great Rift Keystones from that. That's a bit of a shame. But we'll still run through and do 2 other Greater Rifts. So we hand this in. There we go. And we may as well ID what we got as well. Another Shenlong's Relentless Assault. Oh no, it's the Fist of Legend. I mean, they're basically the same thing. Don't know if that's a good one. They might be good. Let's actually have a look at the other one. So the Fist of Legend... Don't think it is. It's certainly not as good as that one. Alright, well, we'll just salvage it up. We did get a level from that. That gives us a little bit more life. Does help out a tiny bit. Salvage, repair, and... Gone. Now, having a look at our materials, we do have enough to potentially re-roll this. So, let's pop over and do that as well. Reforge Legendary. We are running a little bit low on some of these materials, so we might have to do a bounty run at some point. Yeah, even without the Gemin, it is not as good. Significantly not as good. We need an ancient one. I mean, we got a brilliant one. I'm not complaining about that, but if we want an upgrade on there, we're going to have an ancient one. Okay, so... Greater Rift. At the moment, the gem's only up to 5, so in fact, let's put this up to 30. That seems reasonable. It's going to cost us a little bit more, but we should still be able to run through very quickly. And we'll get a little bit more experience and potentially more loot out of it. Not killing things in a single Cyclone Strike at this point, but we are still making very quick progress. It's like obscenely quick. A lot of things are dying in one Cyclone Strike. I know I said that most things aren't, but they're dying so close to one that it may as well just be one. Out of my way, exploding dudes, you're actually slowing me down. So many of these are just dying from the passive damage caused by the allies. And all this for money. Now, the good thing about this, doing the Avaricia thing, is it is going to give us a lot of money. But we'll be able to repeat it as well, just to build up a nice stack of cash so we don't have to worry about paying for empowering rifts. Yeah, we'll get ourselves a nice, crazy high stack of cash. And then we won't have to worry about it again for the rest of the season. I kind of think I should have done it earlier, but at the same time, we've had other priorities. So it's not been high on our list to do. Is this the way? No, this is not the way. Okay, we'll go up and round. Yeah, this bit carries on. Hello, big death maidens. Goodbye, big death maidens. Okay, final section. You're a big dude. Let's knock you down. And that should be enough. There we go. Rift Guardian is just up here. Rift Guardian gone. That was even faster than the level 22 one. Okay, so these points are going straight into Boon of the Hoarder. So it was on 32.5. Looks like we've got some more Nemesis braces out of this, actually. Cool. Let's head back, and we'll jump straight back in for another one, because they're nice quick runs. Great Rift, exactly the same level. And this level is great because we can just keep running the gem up to rank 20. Damn nightmarish. Before we need to think about upping the difficulty. So we're going to get a lot of very fast progress right at that start of the gem. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't manage to get it up to rank 20 next time. Oh, may as well push on. Activate the allies so that they've got some things to do. Carry on pushing on and killing everyone over here. And it's not bad, actually, if you want to do Caldesan's Despair. Running a bunch of early rifts and leveling up your gems together so you've got a whole batch, and then you take a huge jump in power at the same time. It does get a bit more frustrating when you reach the higher levels, so because you'll be working on several gems instead of just the one. So it depends on how much you like breaking things up, really. That is not the way to go. We are going to go this way. Channeling Parliament, that'll be enough, probably. Oh, not quite. Only 96, okay. But because it's Channeling Parliament, we can just charge forwards into everyone else. Man, 12 minutes 33. Hey, a potion. That is our first magical potion. Okay, Boon of the Hoarder. Points are going straight into there. And that takes us up to 47.5. That's already quite significant. Bottomless Potion of the Leech. That's a nice one. I like Potion of the Leech. Right, we'll head back. We'll hand this in. We'll just ID these. Looks like we've got another furnace. And you know what? I think then we'll actually go and fight Greed. Because we've got a couple of bits that we can do. Let's swap over to this. Put that point in, and we will grab one of these because we've got a little bit of time, and I'm always talking about getting extra money. Right, over here, reset these. So gold find goes up to maximum, life per hit goes up to maximum, then area damage. So I have put Spirit Guards back, so we've got the damage reduction from that. Because Greed hits hard. Greed is is dangerous, like hella scary. I love doing vault runs, but I am still terrified of dying. We could actually do a couple of these runs, because we do have another puzzle ring. Yeah, give me all that stuff, right? Have we got all the bits of treasure around here? I think so. Oh, cool. Blood shard goblin. And that is going to top us up quite nicely. Yeah, 1,031 blood shards. That's going to get us a lot of boots. Ooh, gelatinous size. Okay. It's interesting that despite it being the season of greed, you don't get 2 gelatinous sires coming out of those things. Ah, no, did not mean to open that door. Balls. That is a pain in the arse. So easy to accidentally misclick. Okay, well, we might be able to stop him. Yeah. Well, we did okay. I mean, certainly not ideal. Not a control encounter at any rate. We're doing alright for cash, though. Plenty okay. Yeah, despite it being the season of greed and goblins supposed to be being doubled, you still only get 1 popping out of those things. Very interesting. I wonder if that's an oversight or if that's intentional. Let's drop a couple of things to make space. In fact, no, I'll take them with. And if we need to, then I'll drop them. Let's go speak to the lady and hope she doesn't kill us. Yeah, that hurt quite a bit. She definitely hits hard, either with a hammer or with the bits from the ceiling. None of them are nice. Let's pop our immunity for a second there. Immunity. Ha ha. Oh dear. Ah, it's going to be fine. She hasn't triggered a death for us, which is very different to previously. There we go. Got a little bit of other looting to do. Let's grab that. And what have we got? A fist weapon and some pants. Alright, well, we'll drop that to take the pants. But overall, that was okay. And we don't really care about anything else in here. Alright, let's head back. And I'll save the other one for another time, I think. Let's get the ID going. 119 million, that's okay. Another puzzle ring. We actually got a puzzle ring out of that. Brilliant. Self-perpetuating thing that it is. That's interesting. Furnace. Logan's Claw. Level requirement reduced by 2. That is so not useful. And Harrington Waistguard. All of that can get salvaged up. But I think I'm going to finish that episode there. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you are enjoying this. Obviously, we're working on the Avaricier conquest as part of the Conqueror season journey. If you are liking these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when the episodes go live in the future. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3. See you soon.